Tatsia Imayi, the next big-name pitcher to make the jump from NPB to MLB? Yeah, it's looking like it. He'll need one more year in NPB before he's eligible for free agency. But his team, the Seibu Lions, are very likely to post him, and he'll be able to sign with an MLB team this offseason. He would follow in the footsteps of Daisuke Matsuzaka and Yusei Kikuchi, two former Seibu Lions pitchers who went on to have success in Major League Baseball. He's made no secret his desire to go to MLB, wanted to go sooner, chose to stay, and now he's having the best season of his career. 18 starts, 125 innings, almost 7 innings per start, 1.72 ERA, 0.91 WHIP, 137 strikeouts, 9.8 strikeouts per 9 innings. He first appeared at the NPB level in 2018, struggled for a few years, but had his breakthrough season in 2021. 25 games, 158 innings, 137 strikeouts, ERA 3.30, WHIP 140. 2022, injuries limited him to 9 games, 59 and 2/3 innings, 61 strikeouts, but lowered his ERA to 2.41 and WHIP to 1.19. 2023 really took it up a notch, 19 starts, 133 innings, 130 strikeouts, ERA 2.30, WHIP 1.11. 2024, biggest workload yet, 25 starts, 173 innings, 187 strikeouts, ERA 2.34, WHIP 1.16. Then there's this year, reaching career highs in ERA, WHIP, and strikeouts per 9 innings as of Friday, August 15th. Ranks 4th in Pacific League in ERA, 3rd in WHIP, 2nd in strikeouts, 5th in K-to-walk ratio, 2nd in WAR among pitchers. Back in April, he threw the first 7 innings of a combined no-hitter. On June 17th, he threw a complete game shutout, 9 innings, no runs, no walks, only 2 hits, and 17 strikeouts. That was against the defending Japan Series champion Yokohama DNA Baystars, outdueling former MLB pitcher Trevor Bauer. His last start was yesterday, 8 innings, 110 pitches, 1 run, 6 hits, 2 walks, only 3 strikeouts. Fastball topped out at 98. One of the best pitchers in Pacific League, could be the best by the end of the season if he finishes strong the last 6 weeks. He's 27 now. He'll still be 27 at the start of the 2026 season, turning 28 in May, about the same age as most other NPB pitchers who've gone over to MLB. 5'11", 154 pounds, or 180 centimeters, 69 kilos. Yamamoto and Imanaga are both an inch shorter than Imai, but they're both 175 pounds, or 79 kilos. So Imai will be the skinniest Japanese pitcher in MLB. Not sure if it really matters, I just thought I'd point that out. Favorite pitches are fastball, slider, changeup, and splitter. Fastball tops out at 100 miles an hour, sits around 95. He had control issues early in his career, but he's overcome it now. He's a right-hander, and he's been especially strong versus right-handed hitters. Some trouble with left-handed batters in the past, but he's gotten a lot better with them this season. Going by the pitches he can throw, the velocity, the results he's produced, and his standing among the elite pitchers of NPB, he compares very well with other Japanese pitchers who've moved on to successful major league careers. Not like Yamamoto or Senga, where they were just clearly above the rest of the league. More like Imanaga or Kikuchi, not the league's clear number 1, but one of the very best. And Imai is a little different in that he's not going after years of sustained success, but rather he's going at a time when he's been getting better and better year after year. If the Lions refuse to post him after this season, I think it's very likely he dominates NPB in 2026, something similar to what Yamamoto did in 2023, just before he left for MLB. So he may not have had an historically great season yet, but may be on the verge of doing so, just as he's getting ready to leave. It's all sounding good, and NPB pitchers going to MLB have a very high success rate lately, so it seems like Imai will be worth taking a chance on. But what about the Japanese pitchers who didn't succeed? Could he be one of the unlucky failures? For some of you, the first name you'll think of is Roki Sasaki, and you shouldn't. He hasn't failed nor succeeded yet. But I get it, there was all that hype last offseason, and he came up well short of expectations. 8 starts, 4.72 ERA, lots of walks. Then an injury took him out for most of the season. The injury may have been bothering him right from the beginning. That's one thing about Sasaki, he's been injury-prone during his whole career. Imai, on the other hand, has stayed healthy for the most part. One big difference between Sasaki and other Japanese pitchers who've gone from NPB to MLB is Sasaki never became a true ace in Japan. He wasn't a finished product like Yamamoto, Senga, Imanaga, Kikuchi, Sugano. They were all leading their team's rotation for a few years before they left for MLB. Sasaki was still a work in progress. 4 seasons in NPB, only once made 20 starts. And I don't mean 20-something, I mean exactly 20 starts. That was his career high. He had the raw talent but never got the experience, and that's why nerves got the best of him. He will be a good pitcher eventually, but he wasn't ready to come over and take charge of an MLB game from the mound right away. When teams sign an NPB pitcher, that's usually what they expect. But with Sasaki, it was more like calling up a top prospect from the minors. You have high hopes, but you shouldn't be surprised if it doesn't work out right away. Imai is the ace of the Cebu Lions, a role he has filled for the last few years. So he's like most of the NPB pitchers who've gone on to be successful in MLB. Sure, he might be a little nervous pitching in a major league stadium for the first time, who wouldn't be, but he'll be able to handle it. Whatever he's capable of doing, he should be able to do it as soon as he gets there. He's 4 years older than Roki, and just comparing the characters of the two men, Imai is less of a nervous type. That doesn't mean he's completely battle-tested, though. In fact, he's been pitching for a pretty bad team most of his career. The Cebu Lions were really good when he joined the team, but the last few years, when he's become the team's ace, they've been pretty bad. Last year, they were the worst team in NPB. This year, better, but still not a postseason team. So while he's been able to rise to the top of an NPB rotation, it comes without the added pressure that comes with playing for a competitive team. Two other NPB pitchers went to MLB last year with unimpressive results. Shinosuke Ogasawara has allowed 10 runs in 14 innings for the Washington Nationals. Not bad in AAA, 3.60 ERA in 25 innings. Give him time, he might turn out alright, but so far it's not looking good. This one's easy to explain though. He wasn't so good in Japan. 2024, 144 innings, 3.12 ERA with 82 strikeouts. In dead ball Japan, an ERA over 3 is not that good. He was 13th in ERA in Central League. Only 6 teams in Central League, so about 36 starting pitchers. 13th is good, but not really good. And 82 strikeouts in 144 innings. You don't need to have a lot of strikeouts to be a good pitcher in MLB, but with pitchers going to MLB from NPB, the trend is high strikeout totals generally equal success. Imai strikes out batters. He is one of NPB's best. No comparison with Ogasawara. Koyo Ayagi signed with the Phillies last offseason. Pitched in the minors, never made it to the major league level. Already back in NPB. His MLB career was going nowhere. 19 and a third innings in AAA. ERA 7.45, whip 2.28, lots of walks. This is a guy who won the 2022 Central League ERA title with the Hanshin Tigers. ERA was 2.05 that year in 162 innings. Whip under 1. How does someone go from being that good in NPB to that bad in AAA a few years later? Well, first of all you got to do is look at the stats in the following years. In 2023, his ERA rose to 4.57, throwing just 100 innings, whip up to 1.40. 2024, only 61 innings, ERA a little better at 3.69, but in dead ball Japan, that's pretty high. Whip went up again to 1.43. Clearly a pitcher whose best days had vanished quickly, and then he decided to go to MLB. But the bigger reason he didn't make it in MLB, it's not that his stats were declining big the last couple years. If he had left for MLB in the middle of the 2022 season, the best season of his career, he still would have failed miserably in MLB. The reason? His style of pitching doesn't work in MLB. That sidewinder, submarine style worked in NPB for a while, but cannot be used against major league hitters. The evidence for that was clear in the Olympics 4 years ago. He was twice used in relief, once versus the Dominican Republic and once versus USA, facing some former major league hitters and MLB prospects. Both times he didn't last. That's why he was not chosen for Japan's 2023 WBC team, even though he had just won the Central League ERA title the year before. So here there's no comparison either. Imai has a pitching style that does work in MLB. The reasons for Aoyagi's failure, Ogasawara's struggles, and Sasaki's rough start don't apply to him. He has more in common with the NPB pitchers who have succeeded in MLB. He'll be a great addition to some team's rotation. Not an ace, not in his first year anyway, but a few years later he could be. He's been getting better and better every year. Just hit 100 miles an hour on his fastball for the first time this year. So he's still improving. We may not have seen his peak yet. He hasn't had a dominant NPB season like Yamamoto in 2023 or Senga in 2019, but he seems like he's 1 year away from having a season like that. If the Lions don't post him this offseason, it's very likely he has an historically great final NPB season in 2026. If he is posted, we'll see his very best season in MLB. As for which team might sign him, I have no idea. I think it won't be the Dodgers this time. I don't think there's room for him in the rotation. Could land anywhere. Any team that could use another starting pitcher, it would be wise for them to go after this guy. Anyway, that's all for this one. Until next time, this is Baseball International. See ya.